Okay.
Take two.
1, 2, 3, 4. Okay.
Did you get all of this?
I did. Okay. Okay. The prompt for our speech was if you could be anybody or anywhere, where would you be? And I chose the Louvre in Paris, France. And I know for the people that know me, I don't like French people and I don't like France. But I do make exceptions for beautiful art. Okay. So, what is the Louvre for the people that don't know? It is the National Art Museum in Paris, France. It is the largest art museum in the world with 35,000 pieces of art and over 500,000 objects of art, vases, decorations of everything displayed that are all counted as pieces of art. And there are 8 main sections to the Louvre. They involve Egyptian and Greek and Italian and Roman antiques, and then Islamic art, sculptures, decorative arts, paintings, prints, drawings, sketches, all that kind of stuff. And then a very, very famous thing to kind of put your mind to it is that's where the Mona Lisa lives, is at the Louvre. So, why the Louvre? I'm not an art major, so it kind of makes it a little bit confusing, but I've loved art my whole life. All of middle school, it was my first elective, all 3 years, and then in high school I took art, also all 4 years. Did accelerated art for the last 2 years of high school. Competed in art shows, even though I wasn't at this level ever, but I did love it, and I still do love it. When I went to New York, I went to the MoMA and the Met and realized that looking at art was the way that in my adult life I will continue to cherish the form. And I grew up in Dallas-Fort Worth, so I've gone to the Kimball lots and lots of times in my life. So I kind of got a little bit of a taste, but the MoMA and the Met were the first time getting to see big art museums, getting to see super historical pieces of art that mean a lot to a lot of people, and getting to sit in those rooms on that bench in the silence and getting to look at the paintings and have them transport you to where the artists were when they first made them. And as much as I don't like Paris, it is really pretty, and I would love to go, as long as people weren't so stinky. Okay, if I were to go to the Louvre, these 3 pieces are some of the big reasons why I want to go so bad. These have been my 3 favorite pieces of art for a very, very long time. So I'm going to walk you through them a little bit. The Raft of the Medusa it's a very, very, very large painting. It's absolutely massive. It's a really dark oil painting. This photo here doesn't really do it a lot of justice because in order to see all of it, it's got to be really big. But it's about this shipwreck in Paris that had 150 people that were on board floating for 13 days on random pieces of wood, random pieces of trash, and only 15 people survived to tell the tale. And so this is the painting that came out of it. It was painted in 1819 by Theodore Géricault. Not super sure how to say it, but that's my best attempt. Oil painting was something I always really tried to be really good at, but never really had the patience for. So I really admire it. And then the Psyche Revived by Cupid's Kiss is a massive sculpture. It's beautiful. It was one of the first sculptures that kind of deviated from the model human form that a lot of artists had used. He took a lot of creative liberty with the positioning of the statues, and it feels almost choreographed in a way. It feels like the statues are in the middle of a movement, not like people just standing there. And it's somehow he was able to capture emotion through pieces of stone. And I think it's super beautiful. It was made by Antonio Canova in 1794, and it was referenced a lot in late 19th century Roman and Italian poems as well. It was kind of the first depiction that we had of Cupid, and people kind of ran with it. And then the last one is Woman with a Mirror by Titan. That's like his artisty name. His real name was Tiziano Vecellio in 1515. And these kinds of paintings of just portraits of women have always kind of held a soft spot for me. I've always loved them, the way that different people viewed femininity and how femininity changed over time. And I don't know, I think it's just, as a woman, I've always been able to look at paintings like this and sit with them and resonate with them in a way. And I feel like I've always been able to really connect to somehow what they were feeling, even though we don't ever know, because none of the descriptions are ever about the women in the painting, just about the men that painted them. But I still think that they're super beautiful, and I would love to be able to stare at them for as long as I can. Okay, and now it is time for questions, if y'all have any.
Kimball Museum of Modern Art, if there was one thing that you wanted to go see that you could just go show anybody, what would it be?
There's this exhibit in the Kimball. I don't know if it's there anymore. I saw it my senior year of high school, and it was a bunch of like Civil War paintings of like this man, he went, I cannot remember the artist name for the life of me, but he had like a bunch of sketchbooks of sketching out battles and then had like beautiful large paintings about it. And getting to see, it was just for some reason really emotional for me. And I felt like it's something that every American should be able to go and look at.
Is there a specific section at the Louvre that you would want to go see?
Oh my God, they have, okay, there's this hallway that connects the really, like the first building of the Met to like all of the newer buildings. It's like one of the longest hallways. When they built it, it was like the longest kind of hallway room structure to exist. And it's like arched, so from like floor to floor, like they had the ceilings painted, they had the walls painted, and they like commissioned it to different artists, and just be able to like walk through that and see everything in it would be fantastic. Okay, and then those are my sources. Y'all can't see them from this far away, but yeah. Thank you.